So my word for 2020 is possibility, because as I near the end of my high school career, I'm kind of standing on this precipice overlooking my future, and on the horizon I see a lot of possibility. Namely, I'm going to college and I'm excited to be socially and intellectually challenged there. A change that I'd like to make in the world is I'd like to see more people making connections, because whether it's connecting teens with senior citizens or connecting with your community, your school, your friends and family, your environment, as cliche as it may sound, I think we're stronger together, and when we pick each other up and listen actively, that's when real collaborative change happens.
My word for 2020 is connection. How I would make a change in the world is to reach out and give back to my community and to learn more from the people who are different from me and learn more about their cultures.
So my word for 2020 is perseverance. It's not just enough to identify all these new emerging pressing issues within the world, but we as people need to actually take action. And that's where perseverance comes in. We need to have the will to actually address these issues instead of separating ourselves and identifying. If I could change the world, one thing I think would be very helpful is offering sports to all children. I believe sports don't just offer physical benefits to the child, but it actually instills fundamental character values such as humility, courage, grit, also responsibility.
So my word for 2020 is kindness, because I feel like if we are able to treat everyone with kindness and accept everyone with their strengths and their weaknesses, we'll be able to create a more positive and uplifting environment. So one thing I'd want to change about the world would to be encourage everyone to do more advocacy and service, because I feel like through that we're able to create a more honest and open environment to live in our community.
My word for the new year is purpose, because I think it's important to have a positive mindset and take value in everything you do, whether it be school, work, or life overall. If I were to make a change in the world, I would give more opportunities for young girls to find their passion in STEM, especially engineering, because I think there's a lot of untapped potential.
So my word for 2020 is now. It's a mindset I want to have throughout the year, is whether it's a new goal or a change I want to make in my life, there's no better time to do it than now. If I can change one thing in the world, is I would want everybody to follow their dreams. I think there's something really powerful and special about doing what you love and doing what you're passionate about, and I think it would overall just make the world a better place.
My word for 2020 is empathy, because I think one way we could solve a lot of problems that we're facing in this area and around the world, both politically and otherwise, would be if people had more empathy for each other's experiences and each other's points of view. We could solve a lot of problems if people just had a better understanding and more empathy for where others are coming from. One thing I would do to make a difference in the world is increase access to education for not only kids within the United States, but also outside of the United States, so that they can be especially more informed about government and society, and take beliefs that strong beliefs that a lot of people hold and actually turn that into tangible change.
So my word for 2020 is unstoppable. I think in recent times, especially with my recent diagnosis with Crohn's disease, perseverance is something that I really want to focus on the rest of the year, and I don't want anything to limit me. In fact, I want to almost embrace these new adversities and take them to make me even stronger and better. How I want to change the world is by ensuring that we utilize compassion and empathy in problem solving. Because I've noticed that one of the biggest challenges we face, especially in this climate, is apathy and this idea that what happens to another person doesn't affect us. And I think if we address that, a lot of the divides we find between people will be solved.
My word for 2020 is real, because with all the new opportunities, the most important thing is to stay real and true to who you are. The world would be a better place if we stopped judging people at first look and just labeled them as human.
My word for 2020 is inquire. I think it's really important to continue asking questions so that we can broaden our base of knowledge. And one change I would make for the world is to really increase the representation of underrepresented minorities in all fields, not just STEM, but also in healthcare as well.
Like dolphins can swim. Though nothing.
My word for 2020 is learn, because our ability to make new decisions based on new information is the cornerstone of progress. And if I could make one change in the world for this year, I would teach others about the importance of STEM, because STEM is very important in our everyday lives, whether we realize it or not. And looking at life from a new perspective opens up new doors for everyone.
Just for one day.
My word for 2020 is perspective. I think that in order to become united as a society, it's important that we are willing to listen to and understand other people's perspectives. I want to change the world by making it a more open and accepting place. I think that nobody should be ashamed of who they are or where they come from, and we should all be willing to share our stories and experiences to inspire other people.
My word for the year would have to be growth. I think not only am I always personally striving towards and struggling towards personal growth, but I think as a global community, the thing that we need to change is to stop hindering growth, but promoting it. So whether that's kind of kids in school who are trying to improve and learn, or migrants who are trying to make a better lives for themselves.
My word for 2020 is responsibility, because we are responsible for preserving the health of our planet, and we are responsible for improving economic and social equality. And the change I would make would be to work to improve people's understanding of the gravity of these situations and our responsibility to work towards solving them.